Just how people pimp out Jesus Christ's name. Just how people pimp out Mahatma Gandhi. Just how people pimp out other ascended masters. It took me long enough to do this response video about what I learned about the Michael Jackson, what Michael Jackson taught us, and how I felt. I'm basically responding to a comment that Miss Johnson left for us, where it's like the differences within the family and Janet Jackson not specifically participating. And there's a whole bunch of other people who were left out of this film. Welcome back to A Rich Life, y'all. This is not a daily check-in. So if you've been here, I have an entire playlist where I'm coming to you every single day with a check-in video. Just yesterday, I mentioned about my videos and pre-recording them. They are done every single day. That is my intention for now. But you must check out today's Rich Life check-in for more. But here, when it comes to Janet Jackson and the Jackson family, I didn't feel any kind of way other than some of the people in his life are tired. And it almost feels ghastly and ghostly just how people pimp out Jesus Christ's name. Just how people pimp out Mahatma Gandhi, just how people pimp out other ascended masters. Michael really was an ascended master. He experienced every single cyclical life event and experience that someone could have. And when we think about his life and the downfall, it was just like nobody really had his back the way that he needed them to have his back. And then when the people that did, they either passed away early on, they moved on, like his bodyguard, which was like his secondary father figure. People are quick to demonize and punish Joe, but after I left the movie theater, one of my internal feelings was I really want to know more about Joe Jackson's life and Katherine Jackson's life. What brought them to that point? What made this man say, I see talent in my kids and I'm going to do it? No, do we condone his parental skills? But no, we don't. But I watched the video, and this is where I know for a fact that Michael Jackson lived on the highest frequency of love, because at his awards show, it was the one where he was being presented the award by Eddie Murphy, and he's like, I just want to thank my parents, and I love them so much. No matter what he experienced, that man always honored his mother and father. No matter how traumatic or PTSD, he lived in the highest frequency of love, of forgiveness, but also he lived with so much love. I think towards the end of his life, he was like, I know that the only person that really loved me, didn't want anything from me, was my mom. And that's the person that's going to get my time, my attention, that nobody can, separate. And like all mothers, right? All matriarchs, they want nothing but the best for their family, for their children, for their partner. They want nothing but their children to come together. And like I shared in the initial video, all of the Jackson children made their choices with their life. They decided what they wanted to pursue. They pursued their families. They pursued how they pivoted in their career. And they thought that that was something that they could just come back and rely on. They thought Michael was somebody that would carry them, and that wasn't the case. Now, what people don't acknowledge or accept is that Janet began her own career when she was small too. She was an actress on a lot of Black shows. And so I think in this now moment, what I am feeling from Janet, and I don't know her, just like I don't know any of these celebrities, I'm intuitively speaking and metaphysically speaking, is that when someone is still grieving, like she's still grieving her brother. And she knows no matter how many videos, how many books, how many features, this man isn't coming back. And she herself, in her 2022 documentary, go watch it, go check it out, she's sharing her perspective as the baby sister and what she perceived and what she received. What a lot of people fail to realize too is that as adults, when we become adults and we have our siblings, we are all on our own adult life path journey. And how our siblings decide to live their lives is how they decide to live their lives. And oftentimes the grief that people are experiencing is the grief of the closeness that siblings once had as children, because in childhood you're contained, but once you get to adulthood it expands. And the grief that so many people are experiencing is they don't have a depthful relationship with their siblings outside of you're my brother or you're my sister or you're my sibling, right? So on the spiritual level of the Michael movie, that is how great this man's legacy is. His legacy was so great. It was like, I think about the Ouroboros, the self-consuming serpent, like when I think about his life cycle. But I didn't think anything negative with Janet not being there. It was kind of like, oh damn, like those who know, it's like, where Janet at? Why Janet ain't in here? Like, Janet, where you at? But reading her thoughts of, she just wanted it to be about her brother. Not that, oh, I'm gonna overpower my brother, but she's like, nah, this is about him. And then at the end of the day, she's like, is this what he want? Can y'all just leave this man alone? Can y'all just let him be? But it's also like, he's Michael Jackson. So there's so many different perspectives here, and there's no right or wrong to any of it. It's just honoring that she's like, nah, let y'all have that. Like, I participated in a lot of other stuff in his life. Like, y'all are family. And it's basically like seeing your family saying they're gonna have a family reunion, and you're like, I'm not gonna come this year, but y'all have fun. I want to know, like, I'm going to support y'all. Let me know what y'all need. But y'all have the family reunion. And those of us on the outside looking in, we have to understand and accept that the difference between celebrities and famous people compared to us who are out here is that their personal lives are publicized compared to our personal lives. We get to keep sacred, hold close, and keep us protected. Michael was so consumed with his career, with his purpose, what he came here to do, give back. You can see that in the Jacksons movie, the All-American Dream, like the one I grew up on. Y'all can see it in any of the documentaries. But when your entire family profits off of your name alone and profits off of their perspective of you alone, let's be clear, when Michael Jackson went through his trials and accusations, some of his family members and loved ones spoke up against him. Some of his closest friends and other celebrities that wanted to honor him spoke up against him. So imagine the level of betrayal that breaks you down, and you're like, what happened? All this love that I thought these people had for me, they don't have for me. And he had to grieve that until the day he was like, he can't take anymore. And the only difference between Michael and someone else is that his life was publicized and this person's life over here was not and is not publicized. When I think about Janet not participating or any of his other family members not being mentioned or referenced, I have to respect that, one, this is solely about Michael and this is about moving it forward. We all love Michael Jackson. Like, we all, like, what's not to love? And I saw a post or a thread where someone said, we didn't come behind Diddy and Cosby and R. Kelly, but we're standing 10 toes down behind MJ. And somebody said, well, why is that? Somebody who is not a black person. And it's like, because we know they did that. They did everything they're getting accused of, and he did not do anything that he was accused of. And I mean, Michael Jackson, like, I went with my mom and my daughter, so he is multi-generational, like My mom is the Jackson 5 era. I am the Michael and Janet era, and my girls are like Michael Jackson, like they know his music from some of the kids movies. And so one of the things that I'm going to say that Janet not being in the movie or participating in the movie is, it's okay to support your loved ones and still have your perspective. It's okay to support your loved ones and not agree with their lifestyle and the things that they're doing and moving forward in life. It's okay. And sometimes we think that it has to be just this one way, this one configure, but it's like, nah, like it's okay. Whether they got along or not, whether they're beefing or not, it's okay to just be like, y'all work on this project. I don't really want any parts of this. Now, here's the thing. It would be if she did not participate in this project and had nothing but negative stuff to say or was complaining and going against the whole family. Now this is just drama. But it's not any of that, and I haven't read any of that, and I have to admit I'm not up on the blogs, I'm not up on the news, I'm not up to date on those things about other people's business. That's just not my lane. But I wanted to come and make this video that I don't feel no type of way. Like, I think she did what was best for her and her life and her reality, and I respect that. And we know Janet, and I think that's another thing. Those of us who are the consumers, we know the truth. We know the truth. We respect the truth and will align with the truth however that seems fit. We may have our preferences of what we'd like to see, but understanding for us, going back to what was the intention here, and the intention was Michael. So y'all, if you're not on my email list, be sure to get on my email list, arichbook.com. If you haven't caught today's daily check-in, go to the playlist, Daily Check-In, Rich Life Daily Check-In, and catch up on all the gem dropping nuggets that I drop. Check out my TED Talk, Life is Happening for You, Not to You. Grab the freebies, y'all. And if you watch my TED Talk, you'll learn that I have a stutter, so I'm not just being funny. And I'm going to talk about this I talked about it in my daily check-in of making these videos for y'all every single day. Oh my gosh. But if you have any other thoughts and ideas of videos that you want me to talk about or topics that you want me to talk about, drop them in the comment section. Drop your thoughts about this video in the comment section. Share your feedback. Again, I'm not speaking from a blog's perspective. I'm just speaking from Rich Book. This is solely Rich Book's perspective and insight around this beautiful family. And thank you for tapping in. I love you, love you, love you.